Let's talk about nudes and what kind of pantyhose I use. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And today we're going to talk about the different types of pantyhose and what they're for. So, I had a request from a subscriber wanting to know more about the pantyhose that I wear. You guys see me try on clothes, and in my videos, sometimes I've got on tights. And so one subscriber wanted to know more about why I choose the ones that I choose, because finding the right pair of pantyhose is not as easy as you would think. There's more variety than you would think. So I have 5 different types of pantyhose that I use in my regular rotation. I'm going to tell you about them. Let's talk traditional. These are traditional pantyhose. They have this little shorts shaped top. They have the regular feet completely closed. They're a bit sheer. Regular pantyhose. Pantyhose thickness is measured in a unit called denier, and I might be saying it wrong, but these are thin, meaning they have a lower number for their denier, their thickness. These are probably a 20. I am going to link all of the pantyhose that we talk about today in the description so you can find them if it's something that you want to get. I'm also going to include footage of what these look like on my current body. You may know I am a bariatric patient. I have lost an extreme amount of weight and I have loose skin. So you're going to see what do these pantyhose do for my loose skin. Please don't be a dick on the internet. This is total transparency. This is what my lower body looks like without any pantyhose. I have lots of loose skin. I have lots of lumps, lots of unsmoothed areas. This is why I wear pantyhose if my legs are going to be out. I'm hoping to get this fixed, but it ain't today. Until then, check out these pantyhose. A thin traditional pair like this is something that I would use when I just want to keep my thighs from rubbing together. Maybe I'm wearing a closed toe shoe or boot. I just want to enhance the legs that I already have, try and smooth them out, and just get them to look a little bit decent. Let's see what they look like. So, as you can see, they're pretty sheer. You can see where the shorts shape is, where the color kind of changes. This is where it gets a little bit more structural. It's control top, and so it's to, attempt to keep you a little smooth. However, as you can see, there is still some lumpiness, but it's better. You can see like creping where my skin wrinkles up, where it's just like pushing all of the loose skin together. But overall, I mean, they're just regular pantyhose. They don't do a lot, but they do a little. They keep it together. They keep your thighs from chafing. I do have a bit of a thigh gap that I didn't have in a different part of my life, so it's less of a problem. But these are just very average, very traditional, very regular pantyhose. They've got reinforced toes, so they're not likely to rip. They are stronger. These I don't run into a lot of issues getting snags and runs and things like that. They're pretty good quality. So these are just like your average. If you just need regular pantyhose, these are your guy. Next, we have a medium thickness, I believe, which I'm guessing because I don't really remember. I think these might be a 40D. They are very similar. They have the same like shorts type top, the same completely closed toe feet, but they're not see-through. These are opaque. I use these when the weather is a little bit cooler out. These are a great fall time thickness. They are not super thick, so they're not really providing a whole lot of warmth. However, they're not as open and breezy as the previous pair where your leg is basically exposed. And this gives you more of a even tone. So like If you want it to look like skin, you probably want to pick a color that's similar to your skin tone. But it's obvious that you have on tights with something like this. They are good for the structure, for the smoothing. They really do give you a nice appearance, but it's obvious that you have on tights. Let's see how they look. All right, so as you can see, these are more of an even opacity. The transition of the little shorts area is far less noticeable because the color is pretty consistent. You don't actually just see my legs all the way through. You can still see my underwear through them because they're not that thick. They do give you the smoothing effect. They do give you a nice compression. They kind of hold things together. It's not a miracle worker. Lumps are still lumps. They're still going to be there. But they do serve the purpose. Like, as long as you've got something at least this long, you're probably fine. And they give you a little bit of protection from the weather. Not a lot. These aren't the winter ones, remember, but they work. They are a good fall time medium pantyhose. And then you have these. These are the thickest. These are fleece lined leggings. These are winter leggings. You can get them in different colors and different styles. You can get them that look like they are sheer pantyhose with skin underneath it. But for the sake of consistency, I just grabbed my nude pair. Their top is like this, which is very similar to the traditional, but it has a bit of a different butt style. They do have some on the market that have the middle crack, but this is what I have. What makes them different is the inside. It's all fleece. These do actually provide warmth and protection for your legs in the winter. If you want to wear a little skirt, put on fleece lined leggings. You can also put these under your jeans if it's particularly cold, and it really makes a huge difference. And they are very great for structure. These really do provide smoothing. They are very comfortable. They even hold the belly in a little bit. They are great. These also have that traditional closed toe foot, and the fleece actually stops at the ankle, and so it's thinner here so that it's not making your shoe not fit. I utilize the crap out of these in the winter, but let's see how they look. And then you have these guys. These are the first ones that are different. These are fleece lined. They are fully opaque. They are thick, they are warm, they are winter weather, and they come up a lot higher. They do a lot more for the control. Now, obviously, you can see where transitions of layers happen, but these really do a lot more for smoothing things out. Again, they're not miracle workers. Like, there's still some areas that could use some work, but it is what it is. You can also see how they work for smoothing, for coverage, for warmth, and how you can slip them underneath your jeans because they are still quite tight. They do give you the compression. They do give you the coverage. I got something on the ankle of this one. I need to put these in the washer. My feet are still in the thin material. So again, shoes are not impacted to where they don't fit you, but this is a really great staple to have if you want to wear not only dresses in the winter, but if it's cold and you need something underneath your pants, and long johns ain't it. These are a great option. Now we're going to talk about something that you probably didn't know existed. These are very thin, very sheer, very nearly nude, toeless pantyhose. The top of these is different. You can see it is mostly opaque here, but then the sides are open. I got these for use with like short shorts and short skirts so that you didn't see that little like shorts shape sticking down the leg. I don't want my pantyhose to look like I have shorts on sticking out underneath my shorts. But something like this gives you more of a just leg look. And then the secondary benefit is the feet. You want to wear open-toed sandals? You can. The end is like this. So your big toe is in this hole and the rest of your toes are right here. And so your toes are out. and this goes in between, so it keeps the pantyhose still down at your foot. As long as you have some sort of like strap that goes across your toe area, it's usually hiding that seam, and so it just looks like it goes from leg to toes. And because these are very sheer, they are nearly invisible. Like if someone isn't looking super close, they may not even notice that you have on pantyhose. I use these so often. And in fact, I've modified one pair and I unstitched this gap between the toes so that it can slide up on my foot to about right here, because I have shoes that I can't hide it behind the toes, but it has a strap right here I can hide it behind. So sometimes you gotta do a little wizardry with your clothes. These leave a lot to be seen, but they also have a place in my wardrobe and they might have a place in yours. Let's see how they look. Okay, so you can see here where the part that's color is, and then how on the side it comes up and it gives you that naked leg look. And just like the first pair, like you can see my skin wrinkles where all the loose skin's being pushed together. And it's very similar to just not having anything on your leg, except your toes are out. Now I'm gonna tell you, one of the drawbacks to these is they are so fragile. They are so delicate. I have to replace these frequently because if you sneeze too hard, you'll get a run in these. Sometimes I just look down and there's a run down my entire leg and I'm like, well, great. I don't know why. They're like uber thin. I don't remember. I think the denier on these might be like a 10 or a 15 or something. I don't know. They're very thin. These are nearly nude legs with the free toes. But they're still some of my favorites because the toes are free. This part, not so flattering, but it's not meant to be seen. You need to, wear something that's at least crotch long, because the rest of it, it doesn't have those shorts. So it's leg, honestly. And you could probably get away with quite a bit. You could probably get away with a pretty high slit if it was on the side, but these have their place. They are very useful. I use them a lot. And we have these. It's more waistline leggings. They are very similar. Same kind of top, same kind of construction, same fleece, same warmth. They come in the same different colors, but they have a foot like this. It also stops at the ankle with the fleece and gets thinner, but it has these holes. This one does not go between your toe. The heel comes out here and the rest of the foot comes out here. So it's like this, heel and then foot sticking out. These are called stirrups. That is the style. These are much harder to hide, but if you have a shoe that at least covers this part of the foot, it does allow you to have your toes out. The reason I chose these is because I find pantyhose to be very slippy. And if it's winter and I want to wear a pair of heeled boots, when I have pantyhose on, they like to slide down the boot because it's, steep, which crams my toes into the end. Additionally, having the tight fabric compressing your toes all the time, for me, it kind of starts to hurt. So I got these so that my toes could be free. The bottom of my foot can be a little bit free. So it gives me more like texture to ward against the sliding. It helps with some grip because it's not such a smooth material, and it allows my toes to be free and comfortable and not shoved into the tightness of that stocking, because sometimes when you shove your foot down in the boot, it just pulls that fabric even tighter, and that's uncomfortable. So this is the reason I have this solution. These are for winter use when I really want my toes to be comfortable and I have the opportunity to hide this portion of my foot, so I don't have to be like, what is this that you're wearing? You may see these in some of my videos and you're like, what's up with her foot? It's this. but just like the others. Let's see how they look. And then lastly, we have the stirrup style fleece lined leggings. Honestly, they do pretty much the exact same thing as the other ones. For the leggings, the tights, fleece lined tights, there's not a lot to say about this. Like, they're tighter up here, more compressing. They don't have a transition of color. They are warm, they are solid, they are smooth, they feel great. The only difference is the foot. You've got more foot freedom. If you can tolerate a shape like this on your foot, these are a viable option. If you don't like that, just wear the regular ones. Either way, with both of these styles, get your winter wear in and stay warm in the legs. So those are the 5 types of pantyhose that I use in my wardrobe, and I think you need in your wardrobe if you have anything in common with your sense of style and desire to dress as I do. Are you experiencing any of the same issues I'm experiencing? Let me know if you either learned something new or found this helpful in the comments below.